Built by Gamers on the favorable side here for our very first hard point. Diamondcon already looking to control some ice, might be able to push all the way through and get himself the early flip. Meanwhile, on towards the point itself, ProLoot will be the first one to touch the time, look to soak it up, but it will be all purple in towards the feed as Built by Gamers deal with everyone in NYSL Academy.
Yeah, and Pentagram just kind of serves himself as just an early intel gatherer, right? I mean, he kind of just dives onto the hard point, trying to see how many resources NSL Academy wants to try to find into the hard point itself, and off the respawn, he does very well, finding himself double kill, and that'll lead towards an early 20 points, but in the back, New York has actually found a way to sneak through and flip the spawns around. So even though the time is going to be good here for BBG, they will be missing that early advantage they have just by where they spawn. Saints, Diamondcon all finding eliminations. They will be traded back, and maybe an opportunity here as Pander starts to sneak his way to the top side of windows. Subliners Academy are going to respond to this, though, nicely, get the kill, and as soon as we get off the first hard point, it should be our second hill in favor of our team in yellow.
Look at this roll from Diamondcon right now. He finds himself on 6, and he is looking to shred anyone that tries to push through this right side of the map. Spart's going to pick up the left side, so he's now watching over the ice area, making sure no one's going to be able to pinch from the side. But you can take a look at that mini map, and they're hitting up by the street. Diamondcon just trying to finesse in and out of the cover there. Will be able to find himself one. Sets it up, though, for one of his teammates as they grab the trade. But Pentagram has a chance to be able to maybe find all the players coming off the spawn right now from the side of Subliners Academy. Big gunfight coming through for Kismet inside of the point, however, as it's going to be Built by Gamers with a bit of control, looking to see if they can get that lead right back in their favor.
Yeah, this is a really solid break from BBG. Credit not just Pentagram, but of course the kills out of Kismet coming in to actually break the hill itself. But Subliners, they don't not want to give this away. They're still trying to contest for the scrap time, and it's coming up completely empty. Now you have to be worried because, oh, Pander actually gets a random spawn over by P4 that he only able to find one kill, but what that does is means that for New York Subliners Academy, they really can't zone out the exit kills as much as they would have liked to. Granted, ProLoot was able to exist a little bit longer as he also had a bit of a weird spawn for a moment. So even though he's just 2 and 7, he does well to find 30 seconds with the hill time for the Subliners Academy squad. And beyond that, he clears some more space as he will double up. And I think he also gets a read that GodRx is playing for the middle of the map.
Yeah, and this stalls the push out right now for the side of Built by Gamers. They're going to have to really take their time, start to hit this from the other side here as they're going to start to unravel this right now. GodRx with some very nice shots, but it's going to be actually Pentagram's Day that finds one player inside, followed up by 2 more. Spart, the last one left alive, he will be able to grab the trade, which means that this has been a great hill coming through for NYSL Academy. They work themselves back in towards the game, grabbing about the first 30 seconds, and Diamondcon in from behind, looking for a bit of a pinch. It's not going to come through. Spawn still in the back for 3 out of 4 members for the side of NYSL Academy, but they need to play their life and make sure things do not get completely flipped out.
Everything has been contested so far through this game. It's just been a couple of key moments that Built by Gamers have been able to take in hand, and that's led them to either winning a small rotation or winning the spawns. Saints try to stay down under cover of really not much. It's just a little bit of a snow hill that was giving him a bit of a line of sight break, but that'll be enough as Diamondcon's able to work his way back in from the north side of the street, and that will allow not just New York to get onto the hard point, but they also control the spawns, although I don't think they realize how controlling they actually have the spawns at the moment, if they finally recognize their advantage. With that, they start to move a little bit further forward. BBG on the break attempt, looking good. Know that Diamondcon's pulling the backside of the boxes, tries for a shot punch, won't be there, but Spart long range is, he's actually been playing the second AR for the Subliners Academy. A bit strange to see, but he's doing well with it.
He sure is, and I mean, this is really the hill that they love to have an AR on top of it. I mean, we saw this a lot in the very first map last series. They want to get Diamondcon, they want to get Spart on this hill, and they want to let the subs try to get in control of fire and push out through weapons and whatnot to be able to add that additional pressure and get that information. But this has been a great resurgence for the side of Subliner Academy, controlling the majority of P3 as well as just about all of P4, giving themselves just about a 20-point lead or so heading in towards the resets. And they've also actually cleared out the middle of the map. Saints buys an angle, but GodRx in from behind will be actually watching over ice, finds 2 players trying to cut the middle of the map and work their way over towards the hill. Meanwhile, Diamondcon playing ring around the rosy with Kismet and will be able to win his one-on-one as he's still under pressure.
A difficult set of circumstances here for BBG. They actually spawned by P2 for a moment, but as Pentagram, you saw him kind of holding by the barrels. He also recognizes that as soon as the next hit for Academy comes through, they actually spawn back out. So he's got to do a little bit of a head on a swivel moment. He just gets caught in a really weird spot. So the timings have been strange for BBG, but they're able to regroup very nicely, and they're going to contest the first hardpoint. Kismet working in for an elimination will actually clear the zone completely. And now Pentagram wants to try to work maybe through the middle of the snow alley, try to make a play over towards the windows, or potentially just around the back side of the garage to get into lower annex for the second hard point. But all this is done well for the side of New York Subliners Academy as they just completely lock down the lanes. You've got Spark down low, you got Diamond Con up top, and neither of those ARs give up much room at all, as it's going to be 121 to 89, but that lead will grow for Subliners Academy as they do get into the hard point here of P2 first.
Sure do, and Diamondcon's just been so great over by this right side, especially on this hill. Ends up finding a couple more, delaying this push, giving NYSL Academy a little bit of time here to gather. The first 15 seconds will be good for them, and Diamondcon right back in his power position will be able to find himself now 24 and 12 to kick this one off, and he is not slowing down. It seems like every single life he's on a spree. Once again, he'll find himself on 3 as Sparks can have the Diamati inside of the point. They will be able to at least clean out a couple of the ARs here, watching the right lane, but Saints and Proloot, they find the opening to come in from behind. They clear out the rest of Built by Gamers, and Diamondcon on this rotation is almost going to be able to get through. Saints with the trade will be good, and they will get the spawn flip as well.
You just got so much value. I don't mean to come off so surprised about Spart running the second AR. It's the fact that he's running a Krieg, and in the past, if I want to say when we watched Cup number 3, it was actually a 3 SMG setup when the team was going as Dior. So it's just weird to see the AR flex player pulling out the Krieg. But hey, if it works, it works, and it absolutely is. He's got a minute plus worth of hill time, and he's 15 and 16. But it's Saints who's really kind of stealing my attention, and he's demanding so as he's on 5 in a row here, 18 and 13. Diamondcon trying to contest. Prolid also on the way in, but trade for trade goes back and forth, and at the end of it, it does favor BBG breaking from the front, but still a lot of work to be done as the hit from Prolid from behind will be good. That'll allow the Subliners Academy squad to get right back in and take the hill back and forth.
Yeah, this close spawn just doing NYSL Academy just absolute numbers as they're just able to work themselves in and not have a problem of being able to play out for these trades. Prolute, though, is trying to now find exactly that. A couple more kills inside the point, only able to grab himself 1 as the scrap time looks to be in control, unless it's Spart who's able to find a couple of kills for himself, and he will be denied. So big kill for GodRx to be able to find a bit of room here, and now he needs to work for this kill in towards the back on Diamondcon. This was the lockdown setup that we had that came through, and with Spark getting a bit of a spawn out, comes in from behind to be able to actually find one of the kills. So this is not too bad here for NYSL Academy once again, and we'll have to see if GodRx can really battle out the AR here in towards the back and allow his subs to push up.
Really good control from the SMGs as you continue to hit on here for the New York Subliners Academy team. Over 200 point mark they go. Built by Gamers, they desperately need a break. And for as scrappy as they've made a couple of these difficult hills, they have yet to really dominate a hill in some time. Really maybe outside the second hardpoint Spar. This is what he does when he's got a 74U in hand. 4 in a row for him. Make it number 5. No, not going to get the last shot in, and will be traded as BBG still spawn in behind this back rock. Prolid on the way forward. He's good for a couple, and that will be enough. The New York Subliners Academy team cleanly retake, and now with the scrap 13 seconds completely secured for them, they will be up about 100 points. And well beyond that, they're within striking distance, but map one away convincingly.
BBG, they really needed that scrap time, and because they don't, things are just going to become so chaotic because NYSL Academy, I mean, they can just look at hitting scrap time now for the rest of this map, and on a map like Crossroads, that is pretty easy to do, even solo, but we will see them work themselves right back towards P1. Spart with a kill on the entry is there, but it will be actually a nice gunfight here from Pander from the outskirts, as well as good shots onto Prolute here, making sure no one's going to slip on through and play for that flip just yet. However, you have to put some of your attention on top of the hill, and Saints is just here contesting, waiting for his teammates to add in the reinforcements. Prolute able to grab himself 1, trying to line up the second. The second is good to the third. Prolute does it all, and that will be the complete wipe on the zone, and well, this could very likely be the game as well.
Sure feels like it. I mean, they can win it off on the first hard point, and there's so much good control to where BBG, even if they break this hard point, they have to worry about what's coming down the middle of the map, and they're just not going to get here in time. Prolo's going to clean up the last 2 members, and New York Subliners Academy, in very, very convincing fashion, able to take it 250 to 132. My goodness. You talk about how maybe your general is pumping off that set versus Triumph, but they carry all of that momentum into this first map and absolutely blow BBG out of the water.
And this map just really reminds me of Slums that, you know, was a map back in the Black Ops 2 map pool where you're just able to get yourself, you know, a massive lead or either a massive comeback off the back end of the last 2 hills, which in this case, of course, being P3 and P4 for ourselves, where if you're in control of that side and you're locking down fire, it's just so hard to flip those spawns